3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Welcome back to Studio Life. I'm Mark, and I'm with my friend Evan.
I was going to pronounce it for you.
Evan Aparicio. We're going to talk. We're going to talk about the business here. We're going to talk about what it means to go out and make some real content today. So, welcome to the Studio Life. We're bringing to you some cool shit. So, definitely don't forget to subscribe and hop on the bandwagon here because, if you don't get on now, who knows if you'll ever get a chance again. So, Evan, my man, how you doing, man?
Great.
So you're in the business of music videos, and I'm genuinely interested in this. I was a connoisseur. I was the guy who watched MTV nonstop. I dug it, and then when I finally got into the content business, music videos went away.
A lot of people say that.
Yeah, so they're back though, right?
They are back. I wouldn't say they really left. More so they're just getting hyped up with all the TikTok stuff going on right now. So there's a lot more content to be shot.
Right, so no more of that lyric video stuff all the time on YouTube?
Nah, you don't see the lyric videos. I can't do those. I get asked to do those a lot. I can't do it.
So you're making your mark. And tell me, most people in content, we dream of getting to tell stories. We think about being creative and having the license to do it. Now, you've had the chance to be creative, to have a license to create videos. How did that kind of get started? And because if I'm hiring somebody, I generally think, well, I want to control all the content. But you've had the ability to make some headway kind of doing it your way.
Yeah, correct.
So tell me about that.
It's kind of funny. I mainly started I was a photographer. So I was doing that, and then I skated also. So I always was like, hey, let me shoot the video of you like skating, and how do I put it together? And then, one thing leads to the other, and I'm editing a video. And it just kind of scales up from there. But as far as doing everything my way, for like how it goes, I always went in with the head of like, all right, just like trust me on this and let me do it, and it'll come out good. And it's just always happened. I just kind of tell people to sit back and let me handle it, and then we just go from there.
But if I'm spending I can't believe we're talking about $250,000 budgets here.
Yeah. I can't say that.
For a long time, the video market dried up to the point where they just wanted to get something out on YouTube. They really didn't care all that much, and that budget started to dry up, at least in our studio world. And so,
studio world, yeah. I mean, I can see it where they're like, all right, let's get out of the studio and give some kid a camera and go run around with it. I can see that. Yes. I never really experienced it fully though, because I'm young.
Yeah,
way younger.
Great, thanks for that. But you've had the ability to tap into, like, why would a record label spend this kind of money when YouTube was out there and MTV was gone? Record labels were cutting that budget down to nothing. They were $100,000, $75,000, even some record labels at nothing.
I mean, that's still a lot, right?
Yeah.
That's still a lot right now. At least $75,000 to $100,000. It's not crazy, but still a lot of money.
But how does a record label justify? I mean, I kind of know the answer to this. How do they justify spending $200,000 or $250,000 on a video? How do they get that money back out of it?
Marketing and streams, and then obviously all these artists that they have signed are percentage deals, this and that. And then it's really just on like, all right, if we're gonna push this song in this video, we're gonna do it to the fullest extent to where we're gonna get our money's worth out of it. And then they usually end up making the return on that.
Got it.
It's really just about marketing it. Like they'll have, let's say you have Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, two big artists. So like anything they make, they can really make it a hit if they push it the right way. It really it goes for anything, honestly.
And so the video is back to becoming a component of the success.
Definitely, yeah.
So what has changed? If I remember the old days and then videos kind of drying up a little bit, what's kind of brought it back? What's the key?
A viral moment. 15 seconds of fame. It's really like you get that 15 seconds of fame out of the video, whatever it might be, whether it's good or bad. Like the quality doesn't matter. If it goes viral and you're able to hold that matters.
So what are you doing to help create that? I mean, it's got to be top of mind. I know you want to create stories, and I want to get to that in a little bit. But when you're creating a story that's, let's say, 3.5 minutes long,
yeah,
but you're focused on this idea of a 5-second or a 10-second or a 15-second
Viral.
piece.
Yeah, it's really based on the song and the project idea for me at least. A lot of my work that could go viral is like a lot of the stuff that I do is really lifestyle based. So these fans want to see what this person's doing every day, or at least get like a feel for their personality and how they go about their daily life, while also listening to the song, watching the music video, or whatever's going on in that. So a lot of that like plays into the viral stuff, but I'm working more towards the storyline.
Yeah. So tell me about that part of it. When you were trying to integrate something that's a lifestyle-based thing into a more structured, let's just call it cohesive story. Like you want to tell a story, but how do you find that lifestyle? Is it? I've seen videos all over the map. How do you integrate it?
It's really on my relationship with the artist. Like, it's easier to work with an artist that you're friends with, or that you've been friends with. You can understand, you fully get, and I think that's what a lot of my work is like built off of, is just relationship. Like, I'll know the artist, I know how to work around with them, and then we can just kind of build off and make a story, and I can still put his personality into that.
Okay.
So it's really on like how well I know somebody, I guess you could say.
Right. So give me sort of an example of a lifestyle thing that you can do to make something help something go viral.
A lifestyle like look?
Yeah, something like when you're thinking about that 10 seconds.
Okay, that's good. Like, for instance, I went on vacation with an artist, a big artist in Ali Chapa. I literally am recording everything. Like, 24/7, record it all. He can fall or trip or fall or something like that. Like, we went swimming with dolphins, filmed that, put it in the music video. It can be a serious video or it can be, like, a funny video. Regardless of that, people are, like, digging deep into, like, what we're doing every day. So that's what I try to put in there.
Now, does that fit into the music video, or is that coming out into third-party, like not third-party, but sort of secondary content, or both?
Both. For both.
So when you're shooting, are you paying it? You're
paying attention to everything.
So tell me about the channels. Like, what are the types of channels when you know you're putting out that content that you know your guys or that marketing department's going to go for?
What do you mean?
In other words, they're thinking about chopping that video up, right?
Yeah.
And so you're looking at a YouTube, you're looking at a TikTok, you're looking at Instagram. Tell me about kind of the thought process that goes into building content that's good for everybody everywhere.
Thought process for that? It's kind of tough.
Yeah.
Because like it's very broad. Like, it's for like a lifestyle video. It's like everything is content with these people. Like, everything is content. Like, getting coffee in the morning with somebody is content at this point. Like, for real. Like, back, like, behind the scenes of being on set, content. I don't know, like, it's a little tough to
No, but that's straight up. That's honestly, the idea of somebody getting coffee in the morning can be content is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But, but you guys are out there trying to figure out how to leverage that.
Yeah, exactly.
Do they look to you to do that, or do you just turn that content over to them and let them deal with it?
It don't really look to me. It's more so how I put it out, like, and give it to them. How I present it to them is usually how they'll get it. But if they have like a special request, then yeah, I'll like, here's all the content. You guys can do your thing with it, which is, I've done that before. So
when someone has a cup of coffee,
yeah,
and you shoot them getting a cup of coffee,
yeah,
generally they only get that footage if you put it into the video.
That, or if I give it to them.
So if you see, well, wait, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Just like people will be interested in this. Like, I don't know. I just posted the weirdest thing sometimes, and they hit off more than like something that like I would expect to, like the artist rapping or something like that. Sometimes people don't want to see that.
Okay.
People want to see like someone stopping them on the side of the street, or like yelling out the window at someone trying to be funny. Like, they want to see that.
And since you don't know when that's going to happen,
it's just always like you got to be ready. I don't know how to explain it. It's just the weirdest moments.
Yeah.
Whether it's iPhone or not.
So you'll shoot with anything you got. Mm-hmm. Always rolling.
Always rolling. My friends like hate me for that sometimes, but I'm always filming something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that's super cool. So when you talk about iPhone, let's talk a little bit technical stuff. Yeah. Like you got a budget generally to be able to do whatever you want to do.
Sometimes.
So how does an iPhone fit into that? Is it just the best camera is the one that you're holding?
Typically, I would assume. The iPhone is really just quality. I base a lot of it on quality. The iPhone quality is good. People shoot music videos on iPhones now. So at this point, anything is really good for video, as long as it's not like terrible, like, you know, something like. And VHS is even good. Honestly, at this point, like, I can't really say nothing's like bad.
Right. So,
Like, you use everything.
so everything is pro.
Yeah.
Whatever you have in your hand can be the thing that you're
Yeah.
using.
Depends on how you use it. It's
Of
not
course.
really it's not the camera quality. It's about how you use that camera.
Okay. So let's get into that. Let's talk about the lesson. So if it's really about how you use it, how do you use it?
How do I use it?
Like, what are you doing? What are you focusing on when you're shooting? Is it all just about
Angles. I'm focused on like angles, and I'm also focused on how I would view the video or when I'm watching the video. Like when I watch a music video, I dissect everything on how like the camera was shot, like, or how the angle was like shot and everything. Like I'm very stuck on, like, I don't like the camera to be in one place. I like movement all throughout the videos that I do. So that's something that I focus on. I focus on how, like, camera moves. I like to be a fly on the wall sometimes because I don't want it to look like something was set up. You know, I don't want it to look like, oh, hey, I have this camera in your face and people can see that. I want it to be like, oh, like, this is just, they're focused on the artist.
In other words, you almost want to see it seem like it's not being produced.
Yeah, exactly.
So when I see a lot of people come in here and they rent out the room, their style of shooting a music video is just to go like this.
In and out, right?
In and out, in and out, always around,
Yeah.
in and out.
It's
it seems
good.
like people saw that on television at one point and they're like, that's their look. But it feels very much, they're trying to,
It's mechanical.
It's mechanical. They're trying to mimic the Steadicam.
Yeah.
You know, what are you doing that is able to capture kind of a live, a relaxed feel motion that doesn't feel mechanical?
That doesn't feel mechanical. I'm pretty hands-on with, like, the camera itself sometimes, so I'll just be in and out, around, above. If I can hold the camera up high enough, I'm going to have it over your head. Like, I'm everywhere with it.
Okay.
Also try to be as smooth as possible, though. Like, not, like, shaking, you know?
So a little of the Steadicam.
Yeah, a little bit of Steadicam, but, like, not more so, like, in and out. I'm all around.
Okay. So as if it's almost like on a jib or something like
Yeah.
that, kind of swinging.
Yeah, swinging it around. Sometimes it's crazy. Sometimes, like, you can shake the camera and it looks better than just directing.
Yeah. So tell me about story. What do you think about when it comes to building story? Because I know here's what I think. It's just I think that the best produced, best shot thing without a story is boring as hell. And some of the best movies I've ever seen were beautifully shot, but I couldn't keep my interest. That to me, story always wins.
Story always wins.
That's kind of my thinking.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like it though.
Yeah, tell me.
Like I said before, it's lifestyle stuff. Like people would rather see like someone getting it like into a fight or something like that than like a storyline that fits into what the artist is talking about in the video. I notice that a lot. Like for instance, I shot a music video for one of my good friends in between his sets for a music video that was like $70,000. And the video that we shot was like $800 that he paid me, I think. And I just pulled up with the camera and shot it. That video got 12 million views in 4 months. The big video with the whole storyline and everything got probably like, I think it was like 2.9 million. So like there's a big difference there, and you can kind of, that just like sets it out there on the table right there.
Yeah,
for you.
I guess though I would argue that getting into a fight on a street corner is still a story. It may be a compressed
It's
story.
how you present it though.
It's how you present it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's exactly how you present it. So I think it's really just based on how you present the story.
Okay. So if you're so sort of what was your path? How did you end up in a world where you're out there shooting and getting 25 million views?
Back to just like the skating thing and trying to do videos. I in photography. So I dropped out of high school in like the second week of 10th grade.
Wow.
Yeah. I dropped out of high school. I didn't like drop out, but I went to homeschool because I was going to change schools, but it was too late. So I was already doing my photography thing at that time from 8th grade up until 10th grade. And then I just hopped out and went and got a job and just like straight to it. Every day I'm shooting photos every day. I made a little bit of a name for myself in the city. And
You were working for someone else at the time?
no, I was working for myself.
Okay.
I had like my own business cards and everything. I was going and putting them in stores and all this stuff. So I really just built a name off of that. And I had an artist hit me up that was local. We ended up shooting a music video. This was my first music video, and it just completely blew up. And then after that, I basically took the keys and ran with it.
Yeah. So how much control do you have when someone hires you and they say, I want to work with Evan here. I want a music video. How much control do you have over what happens next?
Usually the ball's on my court, you know, unless they present an idea to me. Usually I'll get the song and build up a treatment, send them a treatment. If they like it, they like it. If they don't, we add on to it. If not, we take off, you know. It's usually all me, yeah. But it's all just from my past work. They look at my work and they like it, so.
So if I were to call you and say, hey, listen, I'm a songwriter, got a good band going, I want to hire you to do a music video, most of the time when I hear that, they're coming at me with ideas. Like,
Yeah.
here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we're going to open up with me at some dining room table, and then, you know, people come bursting through the door. And most artists that I talk to are almost micromanaging every component of their career. How do you get out of that model?
Micromanaging?
Like, meaning they're telling me essentially what they want in terms of the final product. They already think that they know all the answers.
It's good though. Do you like that, or you don't?
Well, I think it depends on the client. If most of the time I don't like it at all, but sometimes
Yeah.
it's a safety net. It's the one that says
It is.
if you follow these instructions, at least you can get out of this one alive.
You can't mess it up. If
Right.
you do mess it up, then you're just.
It's on them, right?
Yeah.
But how do you get out of? How do you like? What makes this fun for you? It's got to be the fact that you have the ability to.
Yeah, do whatever.
To do
really
whatever
do
you
whatever
want.
I want. Yeah.
So how do you get the artist to stop worrying so much about every last detail, or even worse, the art director?
Typically, I'll try to work with them on their idea, or I'll change their idea to like make their idea better. From what I think that's not the best way to do it. Or you just straight up tell them, your idea sucks. Like I've had to do that. It comes out just like, no, your idea is terrible. Like it's not gonna work, or it's too expensive, or we don't have a budget for it. Whatever the case might be. Sometimes you just have to be straight up, and they appreciate that more than like trying to help their idea, because you can help them with their idea and it'll come out complete like terrible.
Yeah.
And then it's on you because you're the one that did it. So
Sure. But but otherwise you use the diplomatic approach of saying, hey, listen, it's a good idea.
yeah.
Let's take that idea and do this.
Fix it. Yeah.
Do a completely different project, but you
Yeah.
basically, so you're so it's not that they're turning it all over to you completely, it's that they're essentially partnering up with you but letting you almost take the lead.
Yeah, it's a team effort. Definitely a team effort. Sometimes they're just like flat out, here, I don't know what to do with this. Or they'll just be like, here, pick a song, whichever one you like, and let's go figure something out.
Got it.
It's typically how it goes. I'll just hang out with the artist, and then they're like, oh, I got 3 songs, like pick one and we'll go shoot it. And just see a store on the side of the street or like alleyway or something like that and just go from there.
Right.
That's how it works nowadays.
So I want to talk about the rise of TikTok and what it's meant to because again in the YouTube world we would get calls lyrics. They just want the lyrics on there. So basically
Lyric
just kind of
videos?
keep people watching it, and they kept people watching it because they get to read the lyrics on the screen as they go by.
On the actual music video?
On the actual music video. But TikTok's starting to change stuff in it.
Yeah. I feel like it's making things like shorter. It's shortening things up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely cutting like a lot of the work in a sense. Like there people are really only looking for like 15 to 20 seconds of something, and that's it, because people's attention spans are gone. People's attention spans are completely gone. So TikTok is definitely like kind of ruining things in a sense.
It's harder to tell a long form story.
Yeah, I mean, like I just tried to post a video that I just shot on Instagram, and I can't. It has to be 20 seconds because it's got to match up to the actual audio that's on Instagram, that's integrated into Instagram from Apple Music.
Okay.
For it to like work, or it gets taken down. It's actually nuts. I'm like, it's not fun anymore.
Are you shooting with TikTok in mind?
Not at all. Not really. I'm shooting with my idea in mind, and I try not to conform to that, but sometimes it works out, and sometimes it doesn't.
So who does the editing for TikTok?
Typically the artist.
Okay, so basically you're handing them the final
Yeah,
product.
I'll hand
and
them
saying,
the final product.
You deal with this.
Yeah,
You
or
want
their
TikTok,
label.
you deal with TikTok.
Yeah, the label will deal with it. I don't like want to make a 15-second edit, or I don't even know how to make a TikTok.
Yeah.
To be honest. So, yeah.
So what do you think the future is of music videos? Are they here to stay?
Definitely. I feel like content for the artist, the music video stuff is always gonna stick. I really just think about like TikTok. Is it gonna be shorter, longer? What are people gonna be more interested in?
Are people still watching long form? Are they still going to YouTube? Or still watching the whole thing?
I would hope so, and I would assume so. You never know because all these labels are boosting views, and you don't know what's real and what's not at this point. You just really know based off of your friend that you didn't send the link to hitting you up and be like, "Yo, just saw your video, it's sick." That's how I would like assume, or someone watch my video.
Okay. But we don't even know if people are watching the long form.
No
we
idea.
only know that people are watching the
No
TikToks.
idea. You can see 1 million views, but you don't know those 1 million views is probably fake, or 20,000 of them.
So exactly. So if somebody wanted to get into the business, like what would you tell them?
Really, you have to go through a lot of bullshit. Patience is what it is. People, I would just tell them definitely be patient, and you just have to stick to it and be consistent. If you're not consistent, then it's easy to like fall behind because there's always someone better than you every day.
Right.
So you just have to keep fighting it like it's your last chance. It is your last chance, basically. Just stay patient, creative. Try not to copy anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to not copy people.
Hard to not copy.
Everyone's doing that in and out thing.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of that.
I don't even know where it came from.
Steady,
Yeah.
I would assume. A lot of like in and out and then up.
Yeah, it's hard with the Steadicam to go up. So I mean,
Nowadays they 360.
Yeah, they do the 360,
Yeah.
sure. But it's hard, when you have the big rig, it's easy to go this way.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to go, over the
Yeah.
top. There we go. It's hard to go up too high. So, do you spend much time in the studio? Like, do you work with studios, or are you mostly out on location?
I'm out on location. Yeah. I have not been in studio much. I'm just not a big fan of like the green screen and studio white walls and all that. I feel like it's a little too like made up,
Yep.
done up for me. I like natural, just like natural content.
Do you handle the permitting process?
What?
The permits? How are you?
Never gotten a permit.
Never got a permit.
Never had a permit before.
So, do you get stopped?
I've never been stopped.
Never been stopped. Are you that quick? You're like in, out, moving?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe this last video that I just did, it had a permit, but
Okay.
that was like a production company thing.
Okay.
So, but yeah, typically you are pretty in and out. And like low key, like I said, I like to be a fly on the wall. So it's like they don't see some huge camera on my shoulder running into like a building or something like that.
They're not going to see that.
Yeah, we're typically just in and out. We get what we want.
What are you shooting with?
I just bought a red Monstro.
Okay.
Yeah, just bought that.
Are you mostly handheld or off a gimbal?
Handheld.
Really?
Yeah, handheld. Running around with the 8K camera. I had that, and I had a Komodo.
Okay.
A little 6K
Sure.
camera. Yeah.
Just handheld. Just
Yeah.
hold
just
it and
handheld.
go.
Yeah, hold it and go.
Man, there are so many people out there buying gimbals and like
Yeah, for your
just-
iPhone.
Yeah, for your
I can
iPhone.
see the iPhone. Well, at the same time, iPhone has like stabilization already built in.
Yeah.
People just want something to hold on to, I guess.
Yeah. Or you can stabilize and post. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, it's really easy. Yeah.
Amazing. So it's and are you adding any lighting or things like that for your run and gun stuff?
I am now. I'm just like now starting to like get into my shoes of like learning all this stuff, like other than just running around with a camera. And now I'm starting to see the lighting. So yeah, I'm starting to work with a lot of lighting on smaller projects or bigger projects.
So your entire bread and butter, your career has been based on holding a camera
Yeah.
with no lights
No lights.
and music videos, so not a whole lot of sound.
Yeah.
So if you're doing lifestyle, I'm sure you've got a microphone somewhere, right?
No.
No?
With the camera that I'm using, it has no scratch audio. It has scratch audio at a certain frame rate, but typically it's all I'm watching their mouth. It's crazy. You sit there, you would like some people have a different way of doing it, but I'll just sit there and watch their lips move and match it up.
But when they get coffee in the morning, you're not recording any audio on that?
That's different. I have like a different camera for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the
Or I've like been in situations where all right, cool, I know that I'm not gonna get audio, so I'll pull my phone out and record them, and take the audio from my phone and match it up to the clip. It gets tough sometimes.
This is so crazy, man. Like, so you're basically doing it by just doing it. You're just you haven't. So if I were to ask you how you're going to get audio when they're having a cup of coffee, you're not setting up a boom or anything like that. You're pulling it to the camera.
It's all on how. I've realized it's all on how like quick you are. Like it's artists don't want to hang out with somebody that's doing their video if it's like problematic. Like they don't want to wait for this to come out, the audio or anything, to film something. They don't want me to be like, hey, go do that again. Like,
so basically, scratch audio is good enough for everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Even if they drop the cup of coffee and they're like, fuck, God damn it, and it's a viral moment, that audio is coming from scratch.
Basically. Yeah.
So there's no more need to invest in gimbals, microphones, lights.
Microphones, obviously. It just depends on like what exactly you're doing.
Right.
Because if I'm shooting a music video, I'm shooting it with Red.
Well, yeah.
So I'm not gonna have my like little Sony camera running around unless I bring it. But yeah. It's definitely like a spur of the moment type of thing. Guerrilla style shooting is what I call it. Yeah.
Amazing. So, and the reason why I'm so surprised is because the B-roll that happens between takes might involve a lot of, audio of people talking and things like that. And so miking the room, even on something that is lip synced, there's some value in it, but you're just like, screw it. Let's just...
I'm just like, I record. I'll just record it and we go from there and figure it out.
Nice.
It's problem solving to me, I guess you would say.
But it's in post.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
How many cameras at a time do you use?
For shoots, typically it's just one, my camera, and then I'll have someone out there with a VHS. Or like, I've been doing Super 8 a lot lately, so.
And just scaling it up to whatever your output is.
Yeah. Typically, they'll process in 4K.
Okay.
So it's pretty solid.
With VHS, though, it shoots in...
Yeah, now that, I have to scale it up.
Yeah, they go nuts. They got to scale it up big time.
Yeah, like 500%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From an anthill to a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Well, super cool, man. I really love this stuff. I always thought that that music videos are built as short movies. And the creativity there was, especially in the MTV days, where everybody was watching long form. Where you'd put on MTV and it would be on 24 hours a day. And everyone's just chilling, watching MTV all the time.
I couldn't imagine that. I used to watch it on the way to school, like in the morning when I was like little. I would see Lil Wayne or something, but that was it.
Yeah, no, it was. Now you go to the airport and it's all like CNN or Fox News or whatever. But back then it was like every bar had TVs of MTV playing or VH1 eventually.
I would assume it's like a little sensitive now.
Yeah.
Parents want to see want to have their kids like watching stuff like that.
Yeah, you don't just run YouTube on a loop.
I guess not anymore.
So, but I love that long form style, and I was very sad when the budgets all dried up. That there was no more platform for them to play. YouTube wasn't there, and so it's sort of like music videos kind of disappeared for a while. It's kind of cool to see them come back this powerfully.
Yeah. I mean, I guess based off of that, from like what's going on now, it's crazy. It's just how easy it is. Like you have these people that have never, like for instance me, never shot a music video before, and next thing you know, they're a director in like 3 days because their videos like blew 'em up. So
it's all about a little storytelling, a little creativity,
yeah,
and then hooking up with the right artist, I guess.
yeah, really the right artist. It's just about the connection, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, thank you for coming by. I appreciate it.
No problem.
So once again, Studio Life. It's my friend Evan here. I'm gonna do some kick butt music video stuff. So check him out. But thanks.
3, 2, 1.